So here's the thing, this video that you are watching right now was supposed to be up yesterday, but I got a call from my friend who wanted to discuss cosplay and con plans for this year, and that call lasted a very long time, so I never finished recording. To make up for that, I will be posting 2 videos today, so let's get started. Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Hatoful Boyfriend. Last time we were trying to find our friends and get them out of the streamland, and we're going to be continuing that now. Not much variety in the core here. I must say I'm getting a little sick of it. How can you be sick of it, Yuya? It's Kingdom Hearts. Wonder how things are going on the roof. I can probably trust Mr. Leon, rather, to keep my body from spontaneously combusting or anything like that. The artistic scientist fellow probably cleared the clouds away, but the king of this place blocked the moonlight. A search and rescue mission in a zone of total surrealism, eh? This is new even for me. So I guess we're going to be seeing Yuya's side of things at this point. The decorated picture book. Once there was a beautiful piano. The piano was decorated with gemstones in all the colors of the rainbow. Oh, how it sparkled and glittered. Everyone told it was beautiful. What a beautiful piano. No one had ever seen such a wonderful piano before. The piano's owner was very pleased and decorated the piano even more. Everyone in all the land praised the piano's beauty. No one from anywhere wanted to hear its voice. But the gemstones were heavy, so heavy, and one day they crushed the piano flat. Poor piano. Poor piano. Of course, this would end up having us meet Sakuya. What is this trash? Is there no limit to its vulgarity? The composition is poor, the story juvenile, and the art messy. I open the door to find a fantail angrily beating a book on the floor. Salutations, Sakuya. I am glad to see you're still yourself. What? Is there no getting rid of you? What now? The tea party is already over. Is it? That's too bad. I was really looking forward to drinking some of your tea, too. I wouldn't have given you anything even if you had showed up on time. Don't get full of yourself, mongrel. I'll be expecting an invitation card next time, too. Sakuya sticks his beak in the air and coos irritatedly. By the way, what were you reading just now? I picked up the book which Sakuya had thrown on the floor. I haven't the slightest. Do you remember where you found it? Do not treat me like a child. The king gave it to me. I do not mean to insult a gift of royalty, but that thing is amazing. It is like the scribbles of a deranged child. A picture book, eh? So, this is a little flirtation from the king, or rather an invitation to stay here. I suppose it's meant to paint reality in a poor light to flatter the world of dreams. Alas, its message appears to have been lost on Sakuya. Something is wrong with someone who dresses a musical instrument up like a Christmas tree. Instruments come with their own beauty, already built in. Gaudiness is hardly the deciding factor in an instrument's value. Oh, that's right, because Sakuya, he plays the piano, if I remember correctly. Gewgaws to impress uncultured fools is the epitome of crassness. Decorating an instrument to the detriment of its tone is absurd, ludicrous. If the author of this drivel was here now, I would set him down and lecture him for 3 days without break. He continues on angrily expounding the quality of music timbre. Timber. I wonder if he realizes just how much he cares about music. As his brother, I can only hope to see the magnificent blooming of that enthusiasm one day in the real world. Very true. Visual flair is hardly what an instrument is there for. The piano in here should have used his voice to let everyone know that before we got crushed. I wasn't created to be decorated. Let me sing. Something like that. Why are you smirking like that? What a distasteful cretin you are. I love how thick-headed you are, Sakuya. It'll save me a lot of trouble. What is this? Do you mock me? No, quite the opposite. That was praise. I doubt it. Your ridiculous facial expression is proof of your deceit. Forgive me, I was born with it. What am I to do? Now then, I can't spend too much time here. I doubt whoever I run into next will be as easy as you, after all. I knew you didn't just wander here by chance. Tell me what's happening. You're always good at keeping things moving. Thanks, Sakuya. Yeah, you'll find out later. Aww. Sakuya is so cute, he's got a little crown. What? You do not jest. It's hard to believe, but unfortunately it's true. You and I are hooked together with a whole pile of electrical wires right now. You cad! Without my permission. You weren't exactly being responsive. And it's an emergency anyway. Easier to ask forgiveness than approval, right? Now then, Sakuya, will you spend eternity having tea here with that cheerful, artistically challenged king? Inconceivable. I will not stand for it. Yay. Just who do you think I am? I'm Shirogane Sakuya the Bell. It is completely out of the question. I demand to see the man responsible for this idiocy at once. I shall have recompense for his gross discourtesy towards me. Oh, Sakuya. Sakuya runs off into the darkness, an aura of unusual proactivity about him. No one gets the better of my little brother. Now then, who's next? The Black and White Picture Book. Once upon a time there lived a white dove and a black dove. The white dove loved the sunflower. The black dove loved the sunflower too. What a beautiful sunflower it was. It was as warm and bright as the sun itself. The sunflower would go out and play with the doves all day long. But one day, the sunflower made friends with the star, and after that the sunflower always went out at night. Without the sunflower, as bright as the sun to light them, the days became dark. The white dove knew how nice the night star was, and became sad, and more sad, and cried. The black dove thought the night star should turn into a shooting star and go disappear somewhere far away. Things would be better then. But in the end, both doves froze in the darkness and died. Poor doves. Poor doves. This one's just as bad as the last one. Not my style at all. What did you think of it? Kawara Ryota. Oh no, the king's gotten to him. The king said you've done nothing wrong. You were the one who found the treasure first. And that doesn't mean anything. How I feel doesn't matter. Looks like he's more interested in talking to the king than to me. I guess I'm still just not charming enough. The king said that Mourning Dove is a bad, bad bird. That Mourning Dove wants to steal something precious from the king. And from you. You must know already that the Mourning Dove is an evil, evil demon. Nagaki is a ghost, but he's not evil. I guess he can be scary if you make a mess of the library books, but the king said, but you are very afraid of him, are you not? Because you can tell that your greatest treasure will be taken far, far away. If you join the king, you will not be afraid of anything anymore. The evil demon will be gone then. The king is waiting for you. After a lot of smarmy babbling, the king disappears. Salutations, O troubled young pigeon. Mind if I join you for a bit? Oh, Yuya. So you've ended up here too. I thought it was just us. Well, I wasn't exactly invited. You know how it is. I'm here to rescue you all. Blah, 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 blah. Please decide to bust out of here and come home with me as soon as possible. I see. So we're all in the same dream after all. So it's not just something I'm imagining all by myself. By all indications, yes. The king there is the host and creator of this charade, and you're all guests. And I'm crashing the party. Everyone dreaming the same dream beneath the starry night sky. Very romantic. So, are you still caught up in this dream? I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. It's very painful. And when I wake up, it might just end up even more painful. From what little I saw of the king's solicitations, I can guess pretty easily what he means. And I am a bit of a specialist in that area. You know by now what it is that's causing you pain, right? I haven't done... Talk to me, Ryota. I'm here for you and I can help you. What's bothering you? What are you afraid of? Once you've put it into words, you'll know exactly what you need to do. That's what I think anyway. It's why I talk so much all the time. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? At this rate, you'll rot from the inside, quite literally at that. Be brave, Ryota. I'm afraid of Bunny not being with me even in this dream. I always worry too much, and at first I thought this dream was just me being scared that someday she'll leave me behind. But I guess that's not it. The bunny I saw here is the real bunny. His eyes flickered about nervously. What he says is true, even though this is a dream. Bunny is acting of her own accord. Bunny's been with me ever since we were children. We've been together so long, somewhere along the line I started thinking it would stay like that forever. But it won't. It never would. It was all just my imagination. All of it. His eyes glistened with tears. Ah, how brightly his innocence shines to one as worldly and jaded as myself. He probably hasn't even realized that what he's feeling is love. Guys, Ryota loves us. That's great. I took it all for granted. I thought it would last forever. Oh, this is really sad, guys. But that's not possible. I know Bunny better than anyone. I know what she loves and what she hates. What she's good at and what she isn't. I know everything about her. But I don't anymore. Nagaki. Nagaki knows a Bunny that I don't. And not just in this dream. She spends more time in the library every day. If someday I stop being special to her. For that matter, maybe I just thought I was special to her. All this time to her I've been nothing but... Well, what a pickle. If I've been reading the signs right, Nagaki and Bunny aren't quite to the point where Ryota should be worrying, but his fears are going to get more and more likely by the day. I need to pick my words carefully. How can I coax this young man's heart back into the real world without breaking it? I feel like I'm going to have to make a choice, and I'm gonna mess it up, so I'm saving. Persuade to maximum. Oh god. I feel like both are gonna be wrong. I feel like I should take a kinder approach with the believe in Bunny, but I kinda wanna see what happens if I say what is special, so I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna do the believe in Bunny option. Yeah, okay. What exactly do you mean by special? Something irreplaceable. I don't really understand myself. But at the very least, to me, Bunny is Bunny, and no one can ever take her place. So that's it? What were you even afraid of then? No one can ever be replaced, Ryota. You'll never stop being special to Bunny in that respect. It's as simple as that. You don't think I'm trying to fool you or anything, do you? That's true, I guess, but that's not it. I'm scared that I just won't be with her as much any... Of course not. You can't stay children forever. Feel like writing me off as a heartless bastard yet, but ignoring me won't change anything. Time will pass and places will change. The first flowers in spring, a shooting star, the rainbow right after a storm, all beautiful and none can be captured and held forever. No matter how fair the flower, it will rot and fall to pieces if you never let it go. But memories will never hurt you. The flower withers and the star falls and the rainbow fades away, but you will always remember their beauty. Are you telling me to go on alone with nothing but my memories? That's a little pessimistic. What I'm saying is, don't let your fears for tomorrow cloud the memories you're making today. That's too abstract for me. I don't think I understand. How long is he going to keep floundering around? I'll have to be a little more clear. Maybe you'll be an unrequited lover, or maybe you'll live and have a family with Bunny, or maybe you'll go to your own separate ways. But whatever happens, all the time you've spent with her, all the joy you have, will still be yours. And that just makes it even worse. How could I live without the sun, now that I'm so used to its warmth and light? I'm scared, Yuya. I don't want to see everything I know collapse around me. This is pretty bad. Yup, I done messed up. I've been taking him for a quiet metrosexual, but maybe he's really into the whole total monopolization thing. And as far as I can tell, Miss Bunny herself hasn't got the slightest idea all this is going on. What a sinfully negligent lady. Everything changes, Ryota. Time is like that, inconvenient and rude to everyone. Even if you stand still, everything else will leave you behind. No matter how hard you try to prevent change, it will still come. The world and your friends will still change. If what you really want is undisturbed peace for the rest of your days, you'll have to cut all your ties, leave everyone behind and become a hermit in the mountains. No. I don't want that. I didn't think you did. Are you planning to ask someone else to stay with you then? That wouldn't be right. I couldn't ask for something like that. It would be too selfish. So, you think it would be selfish? Aren't you wishing someone would do that for you? Just a little bit? Deep inside? I don't know. Maybe I am. Or maybe you aren't. Right. Aren't you afraid, Yuya? Everything around us is changing, and so are we. We don't know what's ahead. Doesn't that scare you? There are things that scare even me, yeah. Even a hero of justice has his weaknesses. What's waiting for me at the other end of this night? The best day of my life? Or the very worst? No one knows, and that's why all we, who cannot see tomorrow, can do is put on our bravest smile and march boldly into a new day. Isn't that called bluffing? I suppose it is. And all the times I've just been trying to look cool so no one would realize what's going on inside. But what's wrong with putting on a little show? Oh, I didn't mess up? I did good? I chose the right choice? Awesome! I thought that would be the wrong one. Okay, let me save and see what the other one does. I thought I didn't messed up. Believe in Bunny, Ryota. Oh, the music is not all emotional. I'm guessing we're gonna die or something. Believe in Bunny, Ryota. You're just jumping at shadows. What do you mean? They aren't really a couple. I've had 1,000 loves, I could tell at a glance. I would like to think that, but he looks just as troubled as before. Shoot. That wasn't what was worrying him. What I'm trying to say is, you're clearly her favorite, Ryota. What do you know about Bunny, Yuya? Do you think you understand every woman in the world just because you always skip classes and go round town hitting on girls? That's a little harsh, isn't it? Not that I can exactly explain myself now, it would take too long. A casual here today, gone tomorrow bird like you can't even comprehend the depth of my relationship with Bunny. Wow, Ryota got a little creepy there for a second. We've been together forever. I know Bunny better than anyone. And the same goes for her. She knows me better than anyone else in this entire world. Oh no! We done goofed. We've always been 1 and 2. And I won't let that end now. Damn it. His Royal Highness the King. There's no way back to your old home. Your home is the Holiday Star now. Everyone's home is the Holiday Star. Welcome, my new friends. My new kings. Happily ever after. Well, damn, that was creepy. Okay. We're gonna get back on track now. I have a question for you. There are only 2 choices. We're running a little low on time, you see. Kawara Ryota, what do you want to do? You could accept the king's invitation and stay here. Nagaki would be removed, and you would spend eternity celebrating the endless holiday with Bunny, and tomorrow would never come. Nothing would change, and nothing would hurt you ever again. Or you could refuse the king's invitation and return to the real world. Your relationship with Bunny will change sooner or later, for better or worse, and a new day will come. Now choose. I won't try to force you either way. You alone can decide what your salvation will be. And in any case, it won't do us any good unless he decides to break free himself. Now then, if I remember Nagaki's map right, I should be near the throne room. But something's bothering me. I've been looking as hard as I can, but I still haven't found it. There was another star below, and to the right of the room where we started. Someone must be in there. If I went to the right, if the map is correct, there should be a route to the star here somewhere. But where? We don't have to worry about getting lost, but the corridor is way too long. It is connecting two stars. There really isn't any way it could be not long. Stop pointing out how futile my complaints are. We're almost there anyway. Beyond that should be the king's chamber? Nagaki stares at the extravagant door at the end of the hallway and nods. Alright. Let's get in there with a bang. Take out the king with a clang and knock down the lighthouse with a crash. Looks like you two cleared your half just fine. Yuya. We went through 2 rooms. And we talked to Oko-san, Miru, and Kaku, and Dr. Iwamine. And we made lots of cracking in the shell. Though, I still don't think the doctor is really with us. 2 rooms, after all. Yep. And just like on the map. I didn't take any shortcuts, but I've only been through 2 rooms as well. So, I'm afraid I have to go back, Monami. But we're just a few steps from the king. We're still 1 short. I must have missed the room somewhere. No doubt it's the quail. I'll go find the last room as quickly as I can. My mission here is to get everyone out alive, after all. And your status as hero of justice does give you a better chance at spot checks than either of us. Yuya will finish his search and rescue. I'll clobber some sense into the king, and Nagaki will destroy the lighthouse. It's the perfect plan. Try not to hurt him too badly, Miss Hage. He started it. I was hoping to enjoy our reunion a little more, but we'll have plenty of time for that after we wake up. The king isn't going to be like anything you've fought before, Monami, and he certainly won't be eager to let you pass. But we're low on time. This is the best way. Don't worry, Yuya. Nothing can stand before Nagaki and me. Ours is a march of destruction, and no tender grasses sprout on the charred trail we leave. Speak for yourself. Mr. Sakazaki, Hitori is blind, and if he's alone, he may be scared. Please help him. Of course. Leave it to me. Back to the mission, then. Adieu. And as for us, into the Hall of the King. It cracks me up that she always goes, coming through! Like, it's just barging in and stuff. Stormtrooper Captain Bunny has arrived. You invited us here, and we have come. We want to talk. His Royal Highness the King. Hello, I'm the King. You rotten royal rapscallion. Your silly fanfare and informal greeting won't help you now. The King asked, "Why do you look so angry?" The King is scared. No, I'm not falling for that cuteness. Never again. The King does not understand. The King does not understand. The King does not understand and thinks he might cry. Your Majesty, we didn't come here to make you cry. Please listen to what we have to say. You won't get anywhere talking to him, Nagaki. He belongs in a mental institution. He hasn't listened to anything we've said so far anyway. Come on, let's beat him up already. Miss Hake, please. Nagaki glares at me. I guess he's right. Our opponent is the undead lord of the Dead Kingdom. Maybe if we talk her a bit, we'll find out something useful. Who are you? The King is the King. I know that. And it's not what I'm asking. The migrants said that this is a place where the souls of the dead wash up. The souls of the dead who have gone astray, that is. He said that this false star grows by attracting those souls with its light. Were you the one who created this star? If you did, why? Why do you try to trap people here? Because it's safe here. Safe? This place is fake. It's a sham. This place is the danger. I don't think the King is evil. Sometimes he doesn't seem like anything but evil. No, the King just thinks a little differently than we do. He's doing all this because he thinks he's helping people. Isn't that right? Of course. The King always acts with the good of his people at heart. His idea of what's good is too far away from ours, Nagaki. That may be true, but I still want to figure out his motives. It's not very likely, but if we can persuade him without using force, we should. Tell me, Your Majesty, where did you come from? It was already dark out when I woke. What time is it? It must be past 6. I feel like I had a report due today. Which one was it? Classics? Or maybe German Lit. Whatever. I gave up on both of them ages ago. I don't want to go out. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I took the gap year? Or when I settled for safety school? No. It must have been a long time before that. The days go by and I do nothing. I wrap myself up in blankets and never go outside. I hate myself. And I hate myself, and night is here. I sleep until morning, sleep until noon, doze through the evening, and wake up at night. At first, I would write every day. Not quite a journal and not quite poetry, but writing. I didn't hate writing, but one day even that was too much trouble. My life was always boring. I never had friends. Nothing could ever happen to me. Whenever I would go outside, everybody else would sneer and laugh at me. The world turned its thorny, unkind back on me. I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm trash. I've never really taken care of myself. I'd be useless at work if I had a job. I have no redeeming qualities. I think I would be better off dead. My bed is a cocoon protecting me. I want to go back to the shell I hatched from. I want to go back to when I was a yolk floating around in an egg so I can rot and die before I hatch. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. I can't take this anymore. Why do I have to live and study and work? Why do I have to deal with other people? Working hard has never gotten me anything. Birds had it so much better decades ago. They were born, ate, flew, slept, and never had to do a thing, never had to think about any of this. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. But I don't have the courage. I don't like pain. I don't want to suffer. Someone help me. And just when it was the most painful, when I had sunk so deep into my depression that I could sink no further, the gods heard my wish and granted it. A friend, my only friend. I was useless to myself and everyone else, but the gods still showed kindness to me. Your plumage is so nice. It's bright and cheerful, unlike mine. And it wasn't just our coloration. He was my opposite in every way. He was earnest and smart. He didn't mumble when he talked, but despite all that, he understood me more than anyone else in the world. It must be hard for you. I know how it feels. It's painful. It's not your fault. Society is always telling us to do this, do that. It's like we're held at gunpoint. I hate it all, too. Just like you, right? He alone understood me, and I alone understood him. We were alone, the two of us in the world. The time we had together was the warmest and sweetest of my life. If only it would go on forever. And one day he said to me, "Well, let's make it go on forever. Come on, let's die together. It won't be scary if we're together." Are you serious? Of course I am. I've never lied to you, have I? He was kind to me right until the end. One night he came home with a bag full of medicine. Medicine to wash us away without pain. Forever. Let's go somewhere far away. You're waiting for a train. You don't know where that train is going. I feel very Inception-y. Let's go somewhere far away. Somewhere we're completely alone. Just the two of us. Where no one can bother us and no one will find us. We left on our final journey and we took the medicine. I'm getting tired. I feel so peaceful, holding your wing like this. We should have done this a long time ago. My pulse and breathing are dropping steadily. We're almost to the end. Yes, just us, at the end of the world. Time to say goodbye to this awful world together. I guess you're right. I was thinking it was about time I said goodbye to you. He softly stands up. His warm wing leaves mine. He steps calmly away. He reaches into my bag. He takes out the key to room 701, my wallet, my ID. What? I reach out. I can't move. Goodbye. This is as far as I take you. But, but you said you'd leave this awful world behind with me. Yes, what an awful world it is. But I still have things I need to do in it. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to, I don't. It's too late for that now. How many times have you told me you wanted to die? You never really wanted to die, but you had to. People like you were just a bother, hanging around and complaining and getting in the way. What an awful world. It wasn't my fault. Why do you have to kill me? Come on, please, this isn't right. You're right, I never really did want to die. It wasn't me, it was society did this to me. It wasn't me, it was everyone around me. Society, you say. Help me, please, call an ambulance. Come on, please. They won't come. This is the end of the world, and it belongs to you and me alone. I don't want to die. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't. Why are you doing this to me? You wished for death, and I helped you to it. And that's all there is to say. Please try not to throw up. It will just hurt you more. Someone, help me. The King's Picture Book. Once there was a poor little quail. One day the quail was tricked by a bad bird and killed. The quail was put onto the train through the night sky along with the other birds who had died. Where's the train going? There must be a terrible place at the end of the line. The quail was so scared and so afraid, it thought its little heart would burst. But the train stopped for a little while. Apparently, even galactic trains have to wait for signals. The quail was too scared to stay on the train, so it jumped off. There was a dark, dark room there. There was nothing in it but a chair and a little candle. There was no one else there. The quail sat on the chair and cried. Why did this happen? It was betrayed by its friend and forced onto a strange train. What would happen next? The quail thought and made a station. Maybe if there's a station, someone will come by and play. The quail made this station and lit the candle and waited. Time passed. Birds came. The dark room became a beautiful kingdom. The candle became a grand lighthouse. The chair became a royal throne. And the quail became the king. Those who come to the kingdom become one with the king. The king is all, and all are the king. No one is hurt, and no one has any sad thoughts. The birds of the holiday star lived happily, happily ever after. How nice. How very nice. Happiness is here. Happiness and nothing else. The king thought, If everyone is one, none will be afraid. So little by little, the king absorbed everyone in Holiday Star. And now we are one. I don't feel like I understand you at all, even after that huge monologue. He's lonely, so he wants friends. But he doesn't want his friends to quarrel. Wow. So he absorbs them all. You're quite a storyteller, Your Highness, to use a few hundred lines to express what I just did in 3. In other words, this whole place is basically a cult of loneliness and crazy peer pressure. What's good about having everyone together, Mr. King? No one gets to play their own part. If Oko-san were here, he'd say something like, "Everyone is different and everyone is good, Mr. King." And then he'd slap you. Even now that you're king, you're still just a small, frightened quail. You ran and hid in your shell, and now you're safe in your own private kingdom. I suppose you're right. If everyone is one, no one gets hurt. But there's no one on this fake star but you, Your Majesty. As long as you stay here, you'll be alone. The king said, it's not the king's fault. The king was not the only one who wished for this. All who came here accepted it gladly. Even the ones like you, who were angry at first. In 2 days, you will be the king's best friends. You are the ones who are wrong. It is you who are wrong. You're not right. The king, and that king, and this king, and all these kings are so happy. But you want to hurt the king, and this king, and that king. Everyone has to be good on this star. If we are not one, then someone will surely hurt someone else. The king said, let us become happy together. Well, dang, that's scary. I'm gonna save, because I feel like shit's gonna go down. Seriously. I've rechecked everywhere I went, but I haven't seen any other doors. It's one hallway from start to finish. Looks like this path must be hidden too well for the naked eye to see. Maybe it's a hidden door, perhaps? The last room should be where I find Professor Nanaki. Or, wait, didn't Bunny say that he was Hitori Nemo in this world? Anyway, there should be a quail here somewhere, but he's been singled out for poor treatment. Did you really have to hide him away like this, Your Majesty? Oh, A voice echoes faintly in the dark corridor. One of the king's underlings. I don't see it anywhere. JB, do you... Zaki, you... Leon? I can't stay connected for long. Listen up. The teacher here, Nanaki Kazuaki, is starting to show abnormal brain activity. He's probably falling into a coma. I'm trying to find him right now, but it looks like this man behind all this has hidden him somewhere. I thought as much. Nanaki's brain activity is dropping. He may not be able to regain consciousness, meaning he alone is proceeding more rapidly into disconnect of mind and body. Unfortunately, I'm going to administer psychotropics, more big words. To you and Nanaki in 60 seconds. In small amounts. It would look brilliant if you failed the mission because I overdosed you. So, my job is to concentrate and find the professor while the high lasts. Exactly. You should have about 2 minutes. Good luck. Leon faded away like a puff of smoke. This isn't the first solo search and rescue I've had to do, but all the same. It is reassuring to see that unshakable Cocktail's face even for a minute. It is reassuring to see that an unshakable Cockatiel's face, even for just a minute. It's almost time. If the planisphere was right, the path down to the last star should be between Sakuya and Ryota's rooms. That magnificent artist did get rid of the clouds for us. And it would be a waste if we didn't let any of the nice moonlight in here. The boost should last 2 minutes. At least the area is pretty small. Let's hope that the king can't beat me at my own game. So, the officers are just as willing to use illegal substances as the ground operatives. I can't believe it. There's something very wrong with the Dove Party. We are like cogwheels. We serve as parts of a machine far larger and more important than ourselves. You should know it as well as I do. Unfortunately, I cannot even begin to comprehend such groveling ideas. I'm not here for this system is here for me. Anyway, I administered the amounts you said, your underling in the quail. Thanks. And now all we can do is brightly and massively prevent the victims' bodies from losing too much heat, and wait to see how everything turns out. The drugs acting on my physical body are having more of an effect on my dream conscious than I'd expected. Every sensation deepens and expands. If only I could enter this state at will. Oh? I can see a crack in the wall. I hadn't noticed it before, but light is seeping through. That must be the light from a bird's soul, like the migrant was talking about. The walls should be fragile here. This is just like Sakuya's tea party. Break it open and be on my way. We can't let you do that, traveler. Aw, man. More vague dubs. You were not even invited here. Please stop doing such terrible things. Well, hello there, yokels. How very funny. What's with the long faces? I'm just here to pick up my friends. He's gotten stuck here. By mistake, you see. I'm not gonna do anything to hurt you. Mind letting me by? Why do you do such terrible things? You must not open this until everyone is won. No room for negotiation then, eh? I was hoping this would go more smoothly, but oh well. If you don't move, I'm going to make you. That's mean. The king is scared of birds like you. The king asked, "Are you trying to break another egg?" Another? The citizens, who appear to have morphed into the king, address me accusingly. What a mean thing to do. You break eggs, and you think nothing of it. So many. So many. So many eggs. I wonder what the children inside were like. Those lives that couldn't live. Poor, poor eggs. Don't you feel sorry for them? The king knows. The king knows that long ago you broke an egg out of your own selfishness. So this is how the king fights back. I don't know how he figured out my secret, but in any case, it's a very precise attack. The king himself is on his throne. The citizens should just be small parts of the whole, but maybe they share his consciousness and abilities. This is my job. I'm here to rescue everyone from the school. You've trapped one inside this wall, so I can break this wall. So I'm breaking this wall. Any questions? That poor chick who could never hatch. Please try not to get distracted. My past has nothing to do with the fact that you're in my way. That poor, poor bird. The king thought you should not have to suffer anymore. Suddenly the king is carrying eggs and dropping them at my feet. Before I know it, there's nowhere left to stand but the broken eggs. The king said, "The king can lift the burden from your shoulders. The king can take away your pain. So come, become one with the king." How much does he know? He's aware of the guilt I've carried with me ever since I broke my brother's egg anyway. But he seems to have misunderstood. Thanks, but no thanks. You're asking me to hand my guilt over to some complete stranger. Please tell me you're joking. The king said, "Do you like pain?" The king does not understand. Yeah, I didn't think you would. I don't think you ever will. Like you said, I dirtied my hands with a crime, and I can never take it back. A life lost will never return. The past does not change. The least I can do is remember. I will always carry this with me. This pain is mine, and you can't have it. You know well what it means to suffer. But if you break the king's egg, you will only suffer more. Suffering. Indeed. I don't think you'll understand. This pain is part of me. Your egg is already rotten. Isn't it a little much for you to ask me to accept your sympathy? Oh, he told them. The king's shadow disappeared like morning fog in the sun. I can see the stairway to the bottom of the maze. A friendly and considerate man. I imagine that eternity spent with him would be full of happy days. My sentimentality is dying down, in contrast with the high from the drugs in my bloodstream. Picture book. You lied to me.